dear distinguished guests and dear invitees. Rozgar Mela 2.0 with high hopes and expectations. I can assure you, sir, that they will not leave disappointed. Those who have secured jobs in this Mela, we congratulate them. But even if you have not, you will leave with experience of being interviewed by some of the best human resources personnel in our country. You will leave with greater self-confidence, and you will leave with a certificate that confirms that you have been a participant in Rozgar Mela 2.0. I would like to thank the Honorable Governor for gracing Rozgar Mela 2.0 and being with us so graciously at this closing ceremony in which he has agreed to personally hand over employment letters to those candidates who have been successful in this endeavor. I have to say that your presence, sir, has been most motivating and inspiring for all of our young people out here. And let me tell you, and this I am telling our candidates, that it is on the 6th of October that I had the good fortune to be at Dhulia. You remember the Dhulia bridge that collapsed when we had heavy rains in our area and there were a lot of landslides and a lot of people suffered casualties, some people were killed, houses were swept away. At that time, the Honorable Governor was the first dignitary to visit the affected areas, and I was very fortunate to be there. And at that time, I mentioned to the Honorable Governor, I said, we have a very large opportunity for the young people of our region. Would it be at all possible for you to spare some time to grace this occasion? And even though we were in the field, even though we were in an area which was quite, I would say, badly affected by the calamity, on the spot, Honorable Governor said that if it involves the youth of our country, I will be there, and I thank him for his presence today. Thank you, sir, so very much for gracing this occasion. Not only that, the Governor visited each and every affected individual, affected family. He had packets of emergency food rations in his car. He visited the relief camp, visited the medical center, he spoke to the doctors, the nurses, he made sure that the arrangements for those people affected by that natural disaster were fully in order. And from his own personal fund, he announced relief for cyclone victims on the spot. People who were affected on the spot were given relief. And this is the hallmark of a people's governor. You've heard of people's representatives, you've heard of people's parliamentarians, but a people's governor is something that we are privileged to have with us. When I talk about the fact that he's a people's governor, I also recall the time when I was at the G20, when I was chief coordinator of the G20, and we were having a G20 event in Darjeeling, Siliguri, Karsham, Darjeeling, in our region. Honorable Governor was the only governor in our country out of 200 meetings that we had across our country to host a separate meal for all G20 delegates in there at the Rajya. And for that, he flew specially all the way to Bagdogra and then went to Darjeeling to host our G20 delegates. And I think you will find that in a short while we will be showing some of those G20 clips. So, friends, when we talk about Rozgar Mela 2.0, you will recall that the announcement for this Mela was made on the 17th of September this year when we were commemorating the 75th birthday of of our beloved Prime Minister, Adharaniya Shri Narendra Modi ji. And at that time, I mentioned that we will be hosting a Rozgar Mela in the North Bengal region. And I think this is today the result of the vision of Prime Minister Modi, which calls for a bright future for our youth. And ours is a small attempt at implementing the Prime Minister's vision for a Viksit Bharat, for a country that is peopled by mainly, or driven by young people like yourselves to enable us to reach the goal of a developed India. And you will see all around you panels that give you information on the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. This exhibition has been mounted by our Ministry of Information and Broadcasting specially for you because it is very relevant to your particular efforts at finding not only a suitable employment but the best employment that your qualifications can get you. And if you see, this particular Rozgar Yojana gets you 15,000 rupees for the first time that you get employment. And our company representatives also have taken note of the fact that government is encouraging as much employment for our young people as possible. And what we are doing today is really implementing the vision of the Prime Minister. Now, what the Darjeeling Welfare Society seeks to do is very simple. We are providing a platform that brings together the best talent in our country, which is from North Bengal, and fusing it with the best jobs available in our country, which is represented by those companies that are here today. And there is, of course, some great news that we have, and that great news basically is that out of a total number of over 5,000 people like you who participated in this Rozgar Mela over the last 2 days, we have been able to hire 2,106 people, and we're still counting. The count is still on. So congratulations all of you. Aapko bahut badhai ho. You have done extraordinarily well. And believe me, our HRs are thrilled to have such intelligent, talented, motivated youngsters as yourself as part of our Rozgar Mela 2.0. And sir, I want to very briefly give a rundown of the companies that have hired people. We have Quest Corporation, which includes PhonePe, Vodafone, etc., that have hired 618 people, 618. We have the Tourism and Hospitality Sector Skill Council, which has hired 532 people. We have the Mahindra Group that has hired 252 people. We have Devyani International that has hired 140 people. Zypur 122. Connect PD 129. Travel Food Services, especially for the new Bagdogra Airport, 70 people. Compass 52. Our own homegrown Darjeeling-based Shri Sumi Group, 40 people. Indigo has shortlisted 42 people and we are still counting. He's still taking interviews. Taj Vivanta, 30. Birdies, and there's another story, 50 people. Congratulations, Mr. Shri, 50 people. And let me tell you that even before this fair started, 3 people in the IT sector from Darjeeling, Virik and Kalimpong were already hired by ANSYL Services. In that morning that the fair started, those people were already hired. In addition to that, Birdies of Mauritius, Mr. Srinidhi Rao is here. When he came to Darjeeling in 2023, 2 years ago, he hired a young man for the hotel sector in Mauritius. That young man from Darjeeling is still working in Mauritius and he will tell you more about it. But today, looking at the success of that young man, he has hired 6 more people from among you to go to Mauritius on a very, very good pay package. So congratulations all of you to get that. He will explain more to you on this. We have Mahindra, who not only had a criteria of hiring only ITI diploma holders for their auto components factory, but Mr. Don Lewis personally made sure that he reduced the threshold to take even people who have high school certificates, for the simple reason he says, I will train them and I will take them. And as a result of that, we have from Mahindra Group 252 people who have been employed. Thank you, Don. Indigo has been so inundated with requests that they are grounded for the time being. He's still taking interviews. So I think Indigo has done very well also. And as I told you, Sumi Yashri Group is a homegrown group. I want to conclude by saying that basically we work together to achieve the vision that you will make possible. The vision of a Viksit Bharat by 2047 with a motivated, empowered and strengthened youth for the future of our country. आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. नमस्कार. जय हिंद.